What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And this one I want to talk about what's going on with the overall market, what you should be watching for as time progresses. Also going to break down some very important levels on Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. What's happening with the economic data and why some tickers are taking off and others are just holding up. Before I begin the all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull, the link down below, and deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 6 free stocks. If you deposit $500, you're guaranteed 20 free stocks plus 6 months of level 2 data, and putting in $25,000 guarantees you 70 free stocks plus 12 months of free level 2 data. This offer ends in just about 13 days, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's break down what's going on with the market. Right now, we're getting some bullish news coming out from the markets looking at the economic data. I warned everyone that there's going to be a big move coming at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I said there's going to be a big move coming. Watch for it very, very carefully, very, very closely. And we will see what this causes. I warned you all there could be a pop coming to the markets or a big drop depending on the data. And so far, the market has had a very bullish reaction to all this data. The ISM Services PMI was better than expected. The job openings were a little bit lower than what the expectations were. Besides that, everything else was close to expectations, if not much better. There's still many signs out there that the U.S. economy is still showing strength, at least according to the data. We're not truly in an economic recession just yet. We're continuing to see buyers, stepping in. So this is helping the market. The market's excited about all this data looking quite strong, and this is bullish thus far, showing signs that we're not going to see we're not in a recession right now, and maybe it could be delayed. So that's good news for the market thus far. But the question is, how is the market going to move going forward? How on earth are we looking, and what on earth is going on? And so far, we actually saw SPY get a very, very nice break to the upside. One thing that I did on this channel is I said, look, could the market turn bearish approaching the FOMC meeting? Yes, it can. You could be correct if you said that, yes. The market could sink, but I'm not going to turn bearish, like super, super bearish, right? Really, really bearish until I see support break. Okay, we had this orange trend line acting as previous resistance becoming support. It's very simple. What happened? We touched it. This is resistance. We broke above it. It was support, 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 support. We haven't broken support on SPY just yet. If we get some data or something happens and we break this trend line and then we end up losing 454, I could turn more bearish. I think we could start sinking lower. I will believe it. But right now, I'm not seeing a true signal that that's what's about to happen. So I just want to be very careful. So if someone comes to me and they say, hey, what about the possible head and shoulders on SPY in the 4 hour? Well, first off, if we do push more, could we be forming a head and shoulders right here on the 4 hour time frame? It's a possibility, but I'm not going to worry about turning really bearish until we lose this orange trend line. We haven't done it yet. We're still holding support. The same thing happened to Tesla. So if you want to turn bearish, you need to see SPY lose 454 basically. That's also aligned with our 4 hour 50 EMA. If we lose 454, I think we could be sinking for 452. Then below that, that's when we're going to start turning. It hasn't done it so far. Right now, watch resistance at 456.5. If we break this, there's 457, 457.5. And if we get above that, 458 is going to be our next resistance. If we can get above 458, we're going to push up for the gap fill in the 459s pretty quickly. And then we're going to have some tight resistance at 460. But you guys can see what I'm saying. There's still potential for this to push higher. It all just depends. We're not officially extremely bearish yet. We could turn bearish if we break the orange trend line. I know people are saying the market's going to crash, it's going to sink for the next 2 weeks. I said, hold on a second. Let's see if support breaks. We haven't broken support yet, so we'll just have to wait and see. So watch our levels. We're kind of range trading right now between 456 and 457 on SPY. And we'll just be very patient for the time being. As far as Tesla goes, on the daily chart, let me just call this out. We have this support right over here. If you guys look at it, it's very simple. Chart is not that complicated. It's just a couple of lines. We touch support, we bounce, touch support, we bounce, touch support here, we bounced, touch support, we bounced. It keeps on happening. That's the first thing that's worth noting. Additionally, I said to you guys, if you want to turn bearish on Tesla, we got to lose 230. We came close and we ended up holding support again. Tesla is still uptrending. There's no sign of it breaking down. So make sure you watch resistance at 245. If we break that 247, it will be the next resistance zone. Then we have 250 coming next, or very close to 250 at this blue trend line of resistance. Had we broken 250, then our next level is going to be around this 252 plus area at the orange trend line, very close to this wick right here. Those are the bullish cases. For support, watch 244, 242, 240, 238, and then 235. Right now, Tesla's holding up nicely. It looks bullish. We could see this thing try to push even higher for 245 plus. It's still holding up. There's no sign of it breaking down yet. So watch support and resistance and just know Tesla's looking quite decent thus far. For the QQQ, I just want to call out that the QQQ is looking okay, not as strong as Tesla or other stocks out there. If you want to turn bearish on the QQQ, you need to see this thing lose 383.5-ish, look around there. If you want to be bullish, you want to see this thing try to get above 388 and then get up to 390 after that. As of right now, it's still not looking the strongest. Not looking super strong, not looking super weak yet. We just need to see it lose the support to turn a lot more bearish. Hasn't done that yet. In fact, it's still testing 387 or very close to that area. If it breaks that, watch 388. If it gets above 388, 390 is the next level. Right now, it might just range trade between 386 to 387 for some time. And we'll see if it pushes higher. If it gets above 388, we have a gap to fill close to 390. So watch that very carefully. As of right now, it's kind of range trading, but it's not looking extremely bearish yet. It's looking a little bit weaker than other stocks, but not extremely bearish just yet. So we'll just have to see if we get the break. On Nvda, I was talking about a bounce today being very probable. On Nvidia, I'm just going to keep the daily up. So we were talking about this thing pushing up towards 465. That's where we basically went to. And we're starting to reject just right over there, but we're still holding up decently. For support, make sure you watch 459 to 460. Below that, we have 457, 455, and then these lower levels. Right now, it's holding up decently, so watch that 460 area very carefully. Still trying to hold up. It's going to be very important to watch this. If we lose 450, our level is going to be 444 as support. As of right now, we're holding up quite decently. We're looking like we want to maintain this range. So we'll just be watching this for Nvidia. Watch and see if we could close above 460 or not, and that's going to help determine where we go going into tomorrow. And one stock that's surprisingly strong has been Aapl. Aapl is still holding up decently. Got a nice break to the upside. We actually broke out of this resistance. And now we have all these levels on Aapl. We're going to be watching resistance right now around 194. Well, we have 193.75. Then we have like 194 above that. If it breaks that, 195 is coming next. For support, you're going to be watching 193.5. Then we have 193 coming next. Then we have 192.5 and then 192. As of right now, Apple's holding up nicely. There's no sign of it breaking down yet. It's testing resistance, so we'll see if this holds or not. But I just want to call out that there's no sign of a breakdown yet, and Aapl looks like it could try to push for the time being. So we have some relative strength on Aapl and Tesla for today. Make sure you watch your levels. SPY is not officially breaking down yet. It's kind of range trading. Same thing with the QQQ. So we're not super bearish yet. We could turn bearish if we lose critical support. The 4-hour 50 EMA is one of the critical supports on SPY and also on the QQQ. So we'll see if these levels hold. Make sure you watch it all very carefully, and we will see how it goes from there. But I just want to call out that the data has been decent, the market's holding up, and to be very careful when it comes to shorting or even going long. Be very careful, guys, and do what you have to do. Thanks again, and peace out.